All right. So this is our weekly podcast, talk show, whatever you want to call it. We call the weekly plug-in.
Got a low energy, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was kind of.
Oh, you becoming high?
Introducing.
Okay, close the door. Close the door.
We gotta be excited. It's our podcast.
You fucker. Hi, welcome everybody to the weekly plug-in where we talk about whatever we want, whenever we want, however we want.
That's right. I'm Cinemadrue.
I'm Jellyhewbie.
I'm PsychoSid.
Let's go.
So if you're new here, we stream this every Thursday night.
The Thursty Thursday. Thursdays.
The Thursty Thursday block.
We drink a little bit.
I'm out.
We were drinking.
Out, guys.
Today we're drinking some ranch water, which is seltzer water with some tequila, made by Lone Ripper. Comes from West Texas, made in Houston, Texas.
I don't know how it says.
We usually try.
There's no boobs here, Oscar. No boobs.
I mean, there can be.
We usually
How you
try to
doing?
come up with something new, but if we don't have anything new, then we go to the old reliable
Margarita.
Margaritas.
Gentleman Jack margaritas.
So you're gonna get drunk? We never get too drunk.
Yeah,
We'll just drink a little bit, enjoy each other's.
Last week we got a little buzzy.
I like boob.
I like when there's two of you.
I like both of them.
I like both of the boobies.
But yeah, we had tried some new drinks last week. We got a little extra.
It was extra gross.
It was a little weird last week.
There's cookies and cream beer.
It's all right. They're not bad. I think if you mix that with something, it'd be even better. Like, I haven't been able to pinpoint what.
I bet you put some lemon in it, it'd be good. Or some lime. Yeah.
You watch an episode of Cobra Kai?
That's a whole episode.
Dude,
Oh no, it's not.
I'm telling
Okay.
you, we need to watch that together.
Maybe you should come over more often.
Okay. Well, we gotta watch this. We gotta watch it.
I'm gonna finish my stuff so I can get a job.
Stuff.
Fuck this guy.
I mean, worked on it all this week.
What?
All right.
So
We also stream on.
we also record this and upload it to YouTube.
YouTube at youtube.com/FN Gaming. We just do the podcast. We just do the weekly plug-in. We don't do Thursday night. And if you're watching this on YouTube, we also stream this on Twitch TV/FN Gaming. We do that. We try to start at 7, but we may switch to 8 because that seems to be a more realistic time frame for us.
Well, and because one of us have a job.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It just makes it easier.
And,
We don't have to
I mean,
rush
I can
around.
be here at 7, but it's just I gotta run home.
That's no big deal.
I mean, you don't have to.
But
You're watching Twitch?
I
yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
We're gonna do it live.
we're gonna record this, and then he goes and updates it, and like puts some little clips or whatnot
Yeah,
he can
put some
find,
movie clips, some little funnies in it.
just to make it like more entertaining for somebody that doesn't.
Bit, like if there's a lot of dead time here, then I'll clean it up. It's just a little bit of a
There's usually a lot of
edit it more used to watch.
Boobies are nice.
Movies are nice.
Correct.
Okay, so we're gonna jump right up.
Feel on the
We also, a part of our block is our FNW Thursday
You're
Night
gonna
that
get
you
banned.
just watched. Our wrestling promotion is our only interactive wrestling promotion in the world. And we just got finished with one, and it was amazing.
It was a good one. I said noise.
Nice.
Nice.
Alrighty, let's get on with this. What you got?
Yeah, you go.
You're starting.
I'm starting.
You're starting.
What you got?
Cyberpunk
I knew it was
update
coming.
of the week.
Cyberpunk update.
Not nice. Noise.
Noise. Cyberpunk still sucks.
So,
I heard that the developer finally said something.
They did. They laid out an update roadmap finally. So they came out And they said they came out with a big apology.
So sorry.
Like, we're sorry.
Finally,
We fucked up.
I want my money back.
Yeah.
But I want to be able to keep the game. Can I do that?
Yeah. You just, I mean, it still sucks.
I kind
did
of
that with Amazon, technically.
I cut stupid.
That was a mistake, though. That was my mistake.
But they apparently have.
Don't tell nobody.
So there was supposed to be a next gen update early this year.
No.
They've pushed it back now.
They should.
Of course they did.
Well, no. Okay, so what it is basically they said they apologized. They should have done it properly. That they should have come clean and said it doesn't run as well.
Yeah.
They just wanted it to look great on PC. Basically, they put everything towards PC, and they were just kind of like, they're like, "What about the console?" No, hold on.
Yeah.
What about the console? Shut up! But they they apologized. They were like, we're sorry that we did do that. We did put consoles on the back burner, but we're going to do everything in our power to make it right. This includes pushing the next gen update back
So they can work on the consoles.
so they can work on the current gen consoles, or I guess technically the old gen consoles. But they come out and they said, okay, we messed up. We admit it. We apologize. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna basically they're gonna update the crap out of this game. Like, it literally said it's gonna be nonstop updates. Like, it's gonna update
Nice.
till they fix it, and then they're gonna focus on the next gen update.
Okay.
So they're
Here's-
working on it.
Should I hurry up and beat this game and then play it again and see the difference?
I could say I wouldn't do like I guess I could see you doing that. I don't know if I could do that though. I want to play it in its
Final form. the way
yeah,
it's
it's
supposed to be played?
greatness the first time. That's why that's like when I played Ghost of Tsushima. The first time I played through was in the Kurosawa mode, which is black and white and Japanese dialogue and I thought, well, I'll beat it normal first, and then I'll go back and play Kurosawa mode. I was like, no, because I want to play the Kurosawa mode first and watch it in black and white and see how awesome it is. And then so that when I go back and see it in color, I'm like, whoa, it's almost like a whole new game I'm playing. So that would be like it would be with Cyberpunk. Or like if you play the crappy version and then play the better version.
That's,
Not
I
that the
haven't-
Kurosawa
I still
was a crappy
haven't
version,
I played. I think I
but
played
I still
about
like
6 hours.
GameStop.
Schroyer says Cyberpunk needs to say sorry to my ass.
Right on my ass after you kiss it.
Yes.
So they did technically. Like I said, they're gonna push out nonstop improvements and stuff. They're still gonna release the free DLC.
I think every DLC should be free for this kind of nonsense.
Until they get it completely fixed.
This is going to be another No Man's Sky instance where
Yeah.
it takes them 3 years to finish it.
Get it
But
right.
then when it finally comes out, it's good.
Well, I haven't even
I
touched
never-
it because
I
of.
played No Man's Sky.
I played it when it first launched and it was
But
god awful.
Didn't know what I was doing.
That's why it's
I just,
god awful.
got out there. I was like, go to this planet. I'm like, okay. And they're like, what do I do now? I'm like, I don't know. Okay. I was like, all right. I just roamed around a planet for a bit.
Yeah, it's
I
got, when it first came out, it had no direction.
I played it for a little while when it first came out. It was okay, but it did get really repetitive and really boring. It didn't have nearly the stuff that they promised on it, of course, which is what got them in trouble. And but now it's like a completely different game now, and they have a really good VR mode. So it's if it was released now, then like it is now, the No Man's Sky would be probably
Awesome.
yeah, it would be hailed as a fantastic game. But it didn't. It got released garbage. It got released. It was not finished and terrible and not anything like they were promising. So by the time now that they fixed it, they still have a pretty good fan base now, but not like they would have if they released it right. And I think Punk's going to be the same way. I think by the time they come around to fix it, people
it's
are going to be
fast. It's
on
gonna-
something else.
They're gonna be like, yeah, well, I played
Yeah.
Cyberpunk for.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing with like No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Like supposedly it's great now. I will
Yeah.
never touch it again.
I was gonna say, what do I do? There's
Yeah.
just no direction. I was like,
Technically, I would rather play. What's the other one I would play? Super realistic one. Spaceships.
I had it and then I lost it.
Yeah.
Where's Robert when you need him?
I know. That's Robert.
Elite
Elite
Dangerous.
Dangerous. Elite Dangerous. So if you're gonna play No Man's Sky, you need to play Elite Dangerous because it's super realistic. Like you have to make it into the space station. You have to keep your speed down in the
You
space
have to
station.
land this
speed,
thing.
and you
It
have to
has to be
find
perfect.
you have to find your pad and land it within like 10 seconds, or they don't mess with it. They'll blow you out of the, like right there. You have your fuel that you have to worry about, and if
You
you're
run out
like
of fuel
at the
or you're out.
entrance. Like, and you run out of fuel, too bad. They're not gonna come get you. You just have to sit there until your ship runs out of power and you explode. They have to buy a new ship. Like and the thing is, like, it's the actual it's our actual galaxy. Like, it's accurately our galaxy, like down to like 1.1% inside.
It's a huge.
So No Man's Sky is
huge game.
just a bunch of
random.
Yeah, it's just stuff that they made up. This one is actual our galaxy. So if you're gonna play the two, play Elite Dangerous, but the learning curve on it is super steep.
I played Subnautica. It's not that great. I didn't
Subnautica?
have that much fun with it anyway.
I haven't played that. But yeah, so I don't know. I think it's. I don't think Cyberpunk's gonna have the
Luster.
Yeah,
that it
when
it should
came
have
out.
had, like at the beginning.
I don't know,
You can't
maybe-
release stuff like that. You can't do that.
Maybe they'll
can't-
drop something like once they're done, as a like, I'm sorry and thank you for waiting.
The only
Because they're the only what's the word? Only game developer I've ever gotten where I got a game and they had a thank you note in it.
yeah.
So, I mean, I'd give it another shot.
I think the way that they're gonna have to do this is after they fix a lot of it, they're gonna have to release it free for PS Plus.
Nope, no Fortnite for us.
I haven't done. I haven't played Fortnite.
I think
since
that
the very
might be a
beginning.
bad idea if they release it for PS Plus. It'll get played.
That's the thing. I think
But I
the
don't
only
think
way
anybody's
to
gonna buy
bring
anything.
people back into it is to do like a free release.
I don't think it'll do anything like money wise, especially with how much they put into it. I think it'll be a complete loss.
I don't
Unless
I don't
by
see
that
them
point they
bringing
have
anybody-
some
people-
sort of like multiplayer or something where they can actually make money off of it.
If they were smart, they would. Well, what I would think is they would do that right before they release the paid DLC. Like, but that's like long after they fixed it. Fix it. Do a free PS Plus or Xbox game. Xbox free
Game Pass.
Game Pass,
Yeah.
and then do a DLC, like a really good, extensive, like Blood and Wine type DLC.
That
I
might
think
be
that'll
pretty
bring
good.
people back to it.
Why don't you play Fortnite? Because Fortnite is not our jam. Like
I played Fortnite when
Yep.
it very first came out.
we played when it first launched, when
Like-
it was still supposed to be a different kind of game.
Yeah, like when it was people were still playing it like Call of Duty, like they weren't doing the builds and stuff like they are now.
Yeah. So
And
like
I just kind of stopped.
before season 1, like pre-alpha basically,
Yeah,
and then it got to where
I don't really
just wasn't
get
any fun
super
for
into
us.
battle royale games.
yeah, I don't either. Battle royales are just trash.
Apex.
Apex is where it's at.
Apex is pretty good. But I'm not a huge. I don't do a
Looks
lot
like
of battle royale.
Apex? That's a
Yeah.
building. What?
Like when you were playing it, you're just like.
That's just because I play on keyboard and mouse. Why does that make you mad?
Actually, I'll give Fortnite some credit. They really did put a good product out there, and it was free. They constantly updating it and putting new
They've
content.
conquered.
In it. They've
the
done
whole-
a good job.
Like for a long time, they were on top of the BR
Yeah.
genre. Granted, now I think Apex is back on top right now.
Yeah.
Apex is amazing. I'll fight you.
But I got played Apex a little bit. Mine never worked that well. Then I played. Me and Billy played. Was it Warzone?
We
Well,
played Warzone
Warzone for a
mostly.
while.
I'm back into Warzone. Warzone's fun. I just hate that
it's fun.
like
It's just super big.
ginormous.
That's what she said.
Like 100 and...
What she said.
And they kept updating it, and
7
making it
gigs?
bigger and bigger.
And they still haven't done anything about hackers or cheaters or
Yeah.
people glitching.
All right. So I got for
The
Just
Cyberpunk
saying I'm
update
sorry.
of the they got their roadmap, as they called it. Roadmap.
That's good.
to
I'm glad that they're
forgiveness.
not just.
I dare you to fight me, see what happens.
Oh,
I'm glad they're not just like, oh well,
like sorry.
too bad. We're
Yeah.
focusing on next gen and PC.
I do like that they're not
that they're
just
actually
giving up. Like, well, this is the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
My bad. We'll do better next time.
Yeah,
But
that's
I'm glad
nice
they're
they're
actually
doing it.
trying to fix it. I just hope it's not too late by the time that fix actually comes.
Gotten Cyberpunk.
Yeah, seems really good now. Like,
And I may be
Top
off
4
kilter by
leagues.
saying Cyberpunk still sucks because
Yeah.
I don't know.
oh yeah, you haven't played it.
I know.
Yeah,
I won't. I refuse.
mine's still a GameStop for $5.
I refuse till they fix it, and everybody says it's good again.
Well, I really want to. I want to continue it, but I'll probably start over once they finish all their stuff.
Yeah.
Um.
What's you got, Diggy?
So, with all of the coronas going around, like the mandates and everything, you have to wear a mask.
The Coof.
So
call
at
it.
CES, Razer announced Project Hazel.
Razor, like the phone razor.
Razer, like the company that makes keyboards and stuff.
Oh.
Do you see this?
I mean,
it's pretty cool.
way to
looking.
capitalize.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's got
LED.
it's got LED, it's got RG full RGB on it.
So that's a $300.
These things on the side, it's got filters,
I'll pull the picture of it.
and you can pop those out and swap them out. It's full. It's like actually like K95 or N95 rated. But also, it's got little fucking little speakers in there to amplify your voice so that people can hear you.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it.
And-
you can
It
manipulate.
doesn't sound like Bane.
Yeah, no, that's why.
Oh.
I want you to manipulate me. Like your song.
I didn't think of that.
sound like this.
Or you sound like Vader.
talk like.
But for the hearing impaired, it's clear so you can read lips.
Wow. That's like the future.
Mm.
That's like
I guarantee.
I'm not gonna lie.
I guarantee that thing's gonna cost $300.
Probably.
There's no way I'm gonna buy a $300.
I would. I mean,
No.
if it, I would wear it. I really
I mean,
would.
if I had it to blow,
we know you would.
I think it's
I would wear
fun.
it.
Look at that
Yeah.
thing, dude. It's cool
You
looking.
also have a light up keyboard.
What's wrong with a lot of people?
they need to have it too. To
don't
where
judge
they
me.
should
Not a
have
keyboard.
your rainbow keyboard. They should have it to where like it can show your mood. So when you're really mad, it turns red.
Or like a little
Yeah,
LED,
the
like a
thing
sad,
turn
like,
red.
That'd be funny.
And they turn red, and then when you're happy,
It's like the mood. Was it the mood octopus?
Yeah.
Octopi.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are kind of.
They
That'd
have
be funny.
they have that one that with the LED on there.
Yeah,
and it'll
the
like
LED
follow
moves.
your mouth movements, and then if
Yeah.
you're sad, it like meh. Or if you're happy,
Yeah, those are funny.
I'm not buying it.
I'm not either, but I mean the concept is kind of cool.
The part that makes me,
But
cool
it is.
that
It's like you
amplifies
said though. It's definitely just like a cash grab.
Yeah.
the fact,
Very gimmicky.
the coolest part is that it amplifies your voice.
Yeah.
That's just cool. Like I want it to be able to adjust it.
Yeah.
I want to sound like Darth Vader. You know, like I want that to breathe in everything. You know.
Darkness is your ally.
Why are you talking about it?
You should still tell attack.
I was born in it.
The mask making me talk this way.
The mask told me to tell you to go fuck yourself. Whoa, that's a lot of emotes.
That's funny.
But yeah, so that's all I got for that one. I just thought it was kind of cool.
That's a pretty cool
Yeah.
concept.
Great idea.
It's cool but stupid. But it's
I mean, I guess if you're
fully,
gonna wear one, that's the one where
it's fully
Yeah.
it's an N95 rated. You should watch If Alexa Was Irish. I think you can change her to be Irish.
No, I'm British.
Mine's Australian.
My Google's Australian.
Mine's whatever what came with it.
Well, I don't really have anything else except for the Star Wars thing. You got anything else? Not a whole lot going on. I mean, the open world RPG Harry Potter game.
Okay. That was
Okay.
it. Dude,
There's a
I
video.
want to play that. So I hope they do a really good job.
Well, I'm glad they delayed it if it wasn't ready for this year.
Yeah, I'm glad they delayed it because I'm broke and I can't buy it right
That too.
now.
It said, we would like to thank fans from around the world on a tremendous reaction to the announcement of Hogwarts Legacy from our Portkey Games label. Creating the best possible experience for all of the Wizarding World and gaming fans is paramount to us. We are giving the game the time it needs. Hogwarts Legacy will be released in 2020.
Great. This is going to be another freaking Cyberpunk.
Well, maybe they're taking a lesson from Cyberpunk and being like, yo, we don't want that.
Yeah.
We
Dude,
don't
you
need
can't-
that.
You can't mess up on Harry Potter. Look at what happened to EA when they did Star Wars and messed up on it. You can't mess up Harry.
That's a great segue.
It's a great segue. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can't mess. You got to get this one right. Open world, like pretty much the only open world Harry Potter game that's not Legos.
Like, how does that? Like, it's you already got the Harry Potter. Is it the Harry Potter story?
No,
No,
I don't
no.
think you
It's-
are Harry
it's-
Potter.
See, it's not actually called Harry Potter. It's Hogwarts Legacy. So you're going in as a new, different.
Like that
Character.
mobile game that came out.
I hope not. That was
Oh, that was awful. No, I hope not.
I'm not a Potter.
Shannon
head,
likes
so
that.
I'm like
Shannon plays that.
I don't like it because it's a mobile game and they have all the mobile cliche like
Gimmicks. and-
yeah, like you gotta fight this vine. You gotta wait 3 days
Oh.
till you get powerful enough, or you can buy this and you can beat it right now.
Greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right. Greed works.
Yeah.
Kind of
So
gameplay.
no.
So I'd turn.
So
I'd
with
do
that
it.
one, I'm hoping it's more like, because you can go. Supposedly, you can go anywhere in the Wizarding world that's like mentioned in the books, so like Azkaban, Hogsmeade. Like I'm talking to a brick wall. You don't know what any of these things are.
all the Harry Potter. I saw the last one.
Okay, so Azkaban, Hogsmeade.
I'm not like a Potterhead. I'm not like.
I love Harry Potter, but I've never read the books. And I probably never.
I read the first two. I know. Then I watched them.
How about the both of you?
I didn't even watch all the
I
movies
love
on
movies.
purpose. Like I started watching the movies and I was like, meh. And then Drew was like, "You gotta watch all the movies. We go see the last one in
Yeah.
theaters." And all right,
Yeah.
I went.
I read all the books at school.
I love the movie, and I like Fantastic Beasts. So I don't like the second one.
I see. I didn't watch that.
The Fantastic Beasts are great too.
I didn't even
I
know
like
those.
the second-
I didn't even know those were Harry Potter related until probably
They're
like,
technically the prequels.
probably
I
like
guess.
6 months ago.
I guess you could call it that.
And
Yeah.
somebody was like, "Yeah, the Harry Potter movies." I was like, "Harry Potter, like Harry Potter." They're like, "No, Fantastic." And I was like, "Those are Harry
Huh?
Potter movies?" And they're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh."
My bad.
But yeah, so you definitely.
Did they say what it's going to be released on? Is it just next gen?
Probably if it's 20.
I expect, yeah.
I mean, they'll probably do a current gen release.
Probably.
Probably watered down.
I remember when Black Flag came out and they had the PS3, PS4 release. PS3 one worked fine,
Yeah.
It worked fine, yeah.
but you like watch the PS4 and it's got the waves like crashing up on the boat.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa! There's so much better.
Unpopular opinion. That's my least favorite assassin.
Black Flag is?
Yeah.
For real?
I hate the
I love
boat
Black Flag.
play.
Why?
Like,
I
I
love
hate
it.
all of them. Like any of them.
Well, you don't like
would-
water.
Yeah. So any of the boat stuff, I'm just like, I hate it. I don't know why.
You don't like butt stuff?
Any of them, I've just never.
Well,
When
by
they,
Odyssey.
when they, I don't like the boat stuff. I like
See, that's
anything
what
else. I
I
just don't like
love
the
it.
boat stuff.
I like the stuff on Black Flag better, but of course that's pirate ships.
Yeah, and I love the pirate idea, but I can never get behind the boat.
I love it.
Like,
And
what
I
was
love
the
it.
one-
My favorite thing is like when you come up on a wreck ship and you go and you take all the stuff and you you sling up to the top and you jump on your ship right when the other one sinks and stuff. So that's badass. And
I like it too.
Attacking other ships and shooting the boat battles.
I
and
played
so
a
much fun.
little
That's my
bit of Black
favorite
Flag.
one.
It was right before Black Flag.
3.
3.
Yeah. See, that's
another
when
fun
they
one.
introduced the boats, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was
The first time they
awful,
kind of
wasn't
had
it?
it.
When the boat kind of
At the time, it was kind of cool though.
yeah,
Because we didn't have anything like that.
right.
And then that was like the prelude to the 4. That's kind of like they're testing to see how well it works.
Yeah, and I played it a little bit. It was
Really?
free.
I liked it.
I
I
love
do. The only thing I don't like it is they did take away a lot of like the big sprawling cities.
Yeah.
Like the big tall building city. A lot of it was kind of smaller because,
Yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't have a lot of that on the coast back
Right.
then. That's one thing I do like better about Odyssey. They have a nice mixture of the boat along with a big sprawling metropolis cities. Like,
I gotta get back into the Assassin's Creed games. I think Shannon's like an eighth of the way, or maybe a 32nd of the way
Yeah,
into Valhalla.
I've played
I've got to play that one.
3.
I want to play it,
hours of
but
I
then
still buy
I want
Ancestry
to wait
too, so
until
I got to
yeah,
play that stuff too. I got to play that.
Yeah, it's.
Have you played it?
Yeah.
Valhalla? You're supposed to be the other ones first.
And it's so visceral.
Yeah,
This
It's
is the most visceral Assassin's Creed.
really.
I have to
You're
just get it on
swinging
PC.
these weapons around, dude, and like people's limbs are flying
Yeah, I
off, and
love
you're just
that.
like,
I
oh,
love it. So
and
satisfying.
just every strike, you just feel it. Like it's just like,
Oh, but it's not gonna be as fun.
I
like
gotta get it on PS5.
you sit there and you got
Haptic
like a
controller.
throw an axe,
Yeah.
and it's like,
I
and you're
really
like, oh,
Like, I love the graphics of a computer,
yeah.
but you don't get the rumble of a controller unless
Yeah.
you play with a controller. I know, but I don't want to because you can't use a PS5 controller on PC. Like you'd have to like
it's an
reroute
Xbox
everything.
controller.
Yeah, but the fucking PS5 controllers are so much better. Don't
It's
me.
good.
Haptic is
No, full on haptic controllers.
PlayStation
No.
I've always been more innovative. Like I know that a lot of people love the Xbox ones, and then probably the design of the Xbox are probably maybe better. Like
The new Xbox controllers. It's funny because they're different, but just enough to where you can feel it.
yeah,
Like you look at them side to side, you're like there's nothing. No, they're pretty different.
Really?
Like holding it, they're angled a little more. The handles are.
Yeah, I knew that.
The triggers and the buttons, the shoulder buttons, are like molded into each other now. Like there's not a bump in between them. Like, they're like together. It's pretty cool because they're like this. And I think the grip is a little more narrow. So it's more comfortable. You're not as out. And just the D-pad, the click of the D-pad is so like satisfying. Like you click it and it's like clack, and you're like, but it's just it's nice.
It's not like this.
Yeah, it's not just like a thunk, like a thunk. No, it's like a click, click, click. It's nice. It feels good. The back of it is textured. Just the back, though. I thought the whole thing was just the back. So
yeah, we don't have a whole lot of chatters. We get lurkers
Yeah, we get lurkers. Not a whole lot of chatters
yet. We're working on it.
Yeah,
but
Where's
we're still
Corey?
new.
Where's
Yeah,
Corey
we're
been?
only that 26 episodes. Where's Corey been?
Corey!
Text him.
You bastard.
Yeah, I mean, you got to hand it. PlayStation always been very innovative with their controllers. They first come out like the 6-axis. They did the
touchpad.
The touchpad. That was a cool idea.
Don't ever use.
Yeah,
They're like, oh, you can use it. I'm like,
yeah, and you hear a chatter. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's what we want. One more chatter. So.
Yeah, we like chatters.
Conversation.
We like to have the conversation with our chat.
And now the haptic is pretty cool.
Yeah, what were you saying about having to do it right? Make the game to do it right.
The Harry Potter.
The Harry Potter game, yeah. Yeah, they can't. I mean, it's got to be It's got to be good. It can't be just a mediocre game. It's going to be a highly anticipated game, like probably more than Cyberpunk. People who never even heard of Cyberpunk have heard of Harry Potter. Most of them have a fond memory of Harry Potter, and you can't. If you mess this up, you're going to be in trouble. All right, ready for some Star Wars update?
Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Give me the Star Wars.
probably the greatest news that's come out of Lucasfilm, the Lucas.
No,
company
there's been
since Team PinFab, which is Filoni Favreau. It should have happened after Battlefront 2 came out, but it didn't. So everyone who's been watching this knows that we don't like EA. I can speak for me personally. I hate EA as a company. And probably best thing is that EA no longer has the exclusive rights to Star Wars.
Well, they lost the rights.
No, they didn't lose the rights. They still have the right to it. They lost the exclusive rights to it. So they're not the only ones. Since 2012, they've been the only ones who can make a Star Wars game out of anybody. Nobody else can even touch it. And now that's not the case anymore. But and it's well deserved because you can go back to since EA has bought the rights to Star Wars, how embarrassingly bad they've been.
Oh, well, you failed miserably.
Hey, bro.
Battlefront 1 wasn't too bad.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
Battlefront 2, on the other hand.
Battlefront 2 was atrocious. So EA gained the exclusive rights in 2012. That's 8 years that EA has had free reign with the Star Wars universe to make whatever they want.
They've only made 2 games.
They made 4, technically.
Well, Squadrons.
Yeah, they've made... So in 8 years, they've managed to squeak out a whole 4 games. Battlefront, which was a remake, which was decent. Wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing.
Which one?
Battlefront.
Yeah.
Battlefront, the original Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah.
And it's a remake from the original, and it wasn't as good as the original. The content was nowhere near as good. The graphics were great. The sound quality was great. The gameplay was decent, and but it wasn't as good as the original Battlefront. They didn't capture it. They didn't do it. Battlefront 2 was embarrassing. It was a complete train wreck. When it came out, and it was so bad at the point that Disney had to step in. It's hey, we don't deal with games, but you're ruining our license. Ruining Star Wars.
It's been bad.
It's awful.
They had to step in and be stop this. It was so bad that entire countries, it broke loose the microtransaction conversation.
I remember that now.
Entire countries were suing
now that I remember it.
EA because of this game that came out, because of the microtransactions that were put in this game. Lawsuits are still going on today, and there are laws that are trying to be passed today because of what Star Wars Battlefront 2 did. Their greedy microtransactions and their pay-to-win strategies. I mean, that's pretty bad when you have entire Australia sued them. What was it? At the West, past Hawaii. I don't remember. Sued them.
Sued them.
4 or 5 different countries came out and sued them over this.
Spain,
yeah. So it was a complete train wreck. Now, Fallen Order came out. They put out Fallen Order, and that game was a masterpiece. But I feel like that's one of those basement games. It was made in the basement. I've said it before. I feel like it's kind of made in the basement of EA. They're let's put this together, and EA comes in and look, hey, what are y'all doing? Oh, no, nothing. Don't worry about it. We're cleaning up in here. And then they're going, let's work on this some more. And I don't really think that EA had a lot to do with it, because they came out and were talking about how they don't like doing single-player games anymore. As a matter of fact, they came out, I think, in 2010.
And said that
we're comfortable moving this discussion forward to how we make connected gameplay, be it cooperative or multiplayer or online services, as opposed to fire and target packaged goods only. Single player, 25-hour game, and you're out. I think the model is finished. Online is where it's at, is where the innovation and the action is at. So they were kind of done with making single player games. And then this game came out and proved them completely wrong.
Yes! In his face! Yes! In the face!
And then God of War came out and proved them wrong. God of War came out. So that game was a masterpiece. And then they came out with Rogue Squadrons, which I haven't played it, but I've heard it was pretty good. But it's also really short. It's not like a full length game. It's like a 4 or 5 hour game, and then you're done with it. So they've released 4 titles in 8 years. Only 2 of them are good. One of them's a mediocre, and one of them was a complete train wreck. So, and you think, well, that's 8 years. They don't have a lot of time to make it.
Yeah, but with Battlefront, I think it was a Battlefront 2, they completely just lost touch of what a video game should have been.
Exactly. They made it a money scheme instead of just making a good game that is going to make you a lot of money. But at the time, before the thing is like Squadrons and Fallen Order has only come out in the last couple. Before that, they have canceled more games than they made in 8 years. One of the games was codenamed Orca, which was
that one was supposed to be like super promising too.
It was an open world Star Wars game where you play as a scoundrel or bounty hunter who could explore various open world planets and work with different factions across the Star Wars universe. Canceled. Another game codenamed Ragtag that was to be made by Amy Hennig, who was the creative director of the Uncharted games. It was supposed to be a third-person action-adventure game that followed Dodger, a cracked, mirrored version of Han Solo, and a story of crime families, heists, and more. Canceled. Codename Yuma.
Yuma was supposed to be badass.
Yeah, it was going to be a hybrid between linear action shooter, where if you were on the ground, it was more like Tomb Raider, and Assassin's Creed Black Flag when you were in space. Canceled. Another game, Star Wars 1313. The player would have taken the role of an unidentified bounty hunter who would soon be killed by a mysterious figure, subsequently Boba Fett. The player would then take control of Boba Fett for the duration of the game. They find themselves navigating the Coruscant's underworld metropolis of level 1313. So, if you don't know Coruscant, anytime you see Coruscant in the movie, you always see the surface, which is the metropolis, beautiful.
Yeah. Well, no. There's one shot in, I think the second. I don't remember the name of it. I think it's the second movie, the actual second in the series.
Mm-hmm.
When they're chasing that shape or changeling, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's like the only thing you see on it.
Yeah. But it's actually built up on top of layers and layers and layers of societies. And each step you go, the more dangerous. There's like 5,000 layers to it. And the further, it's like the deep, super deep, like layer 1, like you don't go. So this is supposed to be at level 1313. Various exotic weapons that could be utilized as players uncovered criminal conspiracy. Now, technically, this game was canceled by Disney when they bought the rights to Lucasfilm. They completely they fired everybody, basically. But EA could have had their rights, because already a lot of it was worked on. So EA could have picked it back up and worked on it and finished it if they took over. But they didn't. They don't want to do single-player linear game. Or single-player game.
That's so dumb.
So 4 amazing titles that they could have had, that they could have put out.
And they're just a little far
in 8 years. Yeah. And you think, well, that's still a lot. 4 games, 8 years. So I'm going to compare it to 8 years before EA purchased it. In 2003, you had Knights of the Old Republic came out. You had Jedi Academy that came out. 2 amazingly high sought-after games. 2004, you had Knights of the Old Republic 2. You had Battlefront, which was revolutionary. Star Wars Galaxies MMO came out. 2005, you had Battlefront 2, Lego Star Wars, Episode 3 of the game. 2006, you had Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. 2007, you had Lego Star Wars, the complete saga. 2008, you had Force Awakens, another amazing game. 2010, you had Force Unleashed. 2011, you had Star Wars, the Old Republic, and Lego Star Wars Clone Wars. That's 14 highly regarded. That's not all the games they put out. They put out lots more. That was just the highest, the games that are still highly regarded today. 14 in 8 years. And EA's put out 4 in 8 years.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. So they absolutely, and then even the year after that, they put out Angry Birds.
Star Wars Angry Birds.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That was the year after. So in the same time frame, you had 14 amazing games compared to 4 games and 4 canceled games. That would have been amazing. So yeah, they absolutely deserve the right to lose the exclusive rights to Star Wars.
I think that's. I think they do too.
So that's the proof that Star Wars was a complete failure. So what's going on now? Star Wars, according to Wired and The Verge, where I got this from, Ubisoft bought a right, and they're coming out with an open world Star Wars game that uses the Snowdrop engine, which is the same engine they use for Division 2. There's no news on the launch of it, or what platforms it's going to be on, or if it's going to what part of the Star Wars universe is going to be set in.
My guess is it's not going to come out for at least 2 to 3 years, right?
Probably.
That's
So it's not going to come out on anything that's out right now. Well, other than the new consoles, but
Yeah. So yeah, there's no really, but that's pretty exciting. Ubisoft, for the most part, does pretty good work. They're kind of like EA is like, we're just gonna be greedy, and people are like, oh, y'all are greedy. Like, no, y'all just don't get it. Y'all don't understand. Or but then Ubisoft is like, we're gonna be greedy, and they're like, hey, stop. And he was like, okay, we'll back off. We'll put out some good stuff.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna be greedy. Like, okay. So they're always like sometimes pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they've done
EA.
pretty decent. Yeah. Like they tried that with the Assassin's Creed because it makes Assassin's Creed, and they've backed off and started making really good 2-year-long created Assassin's Creed games. Same thing with Far Cry.
Not like the same game coming out every year, like Madden.
Yeah. So yeah, that's an announcement. And another thing that's not related to Star Wars but still Lucasfilm, Bethesda is working on an Indiana Jones game.
you hear about that? Bro.
That'd have been awesome in 1992.
I think it'd be good if they do it. But the problem is it's made by Machine Games, which made Wolfenstein. Which Wolfenstein is not
Newer Wolfenstein?
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. The last one that they
The
made?
last one was god awful.
The last one they made was just, I think it was just a cash grab.
Yeah. So that one I'm not sure about. I hope it's good. But I'm
You're talking about the one with the girls, right?
Yeah.
Blaskowitz's kids, right?
Yeah.
Twins or whatever.
So yeah, but I'm excited about the Star Wars stuff. The fact that they're branching out now and other studios can be making Star Wars.
Finally.
That's great because that means EA now has competition.
So they'll actually
They
try
actually
and make
yeah.
a decent game.
They have to do the one thing that they hate the worst is making really good games that people like.
Yeah. Actually try.
Yeah. They actually have
Well,
to try or they're not going to be in it.
Well, because I think that EA is losing the license to the NFL too.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
So
surprised.
I think 2K is making an NFL game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I think they lost the
It's not going to be any good. 2K and their bullshit.
I don't know.
2K is getting better.
Dude, the 2K. Do you remember 2K football?
No.
2K
A little bit, yeah.
5?
Was it Blitz?
It was amazing. No, ESPN 2K5.
Yeah.
ESPN NFL 2K5.
I didn't play a lot of sports games because I was kind of a nerd.
Dude, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was so realistic. Like, it holds up against Madden now.
Well, Madden now is garbage.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like,
But that's the thing. Like they can rest on being garbage.
Yeah, like,
they have no
Nobody else
competition.
can make a game.
Yeah.
so I think they can't make a simulation style football game because they still have that license, but they can still make a licensed NFL game.
Good.
Really. I remember the old day like NFL Street games.
They need to
Those were
revamp
awesome.
their sports games. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Hopefully, with that coming up,
Yeah, but the thing is that they definitely don't have the exclusive rights. So hopefully, if Ubisoft, like this is a big deal. Ubisoft has knocked this out of the park. If they do, it's going to be open season for Star Wars games, and people can start, other developers can start making Star Wars games. But EA is still going to be able to make Star Wars games. They're just no longer going to have the exclusive contract with them, which is amazing. So Disney rebranded the game division to Lucasfilm Games, sports new era, and so this is kind of part of that. Yeah, that's pretty awesome news. Star Wars fan.
UK did have a good game in the early 2000s.
Yeah, they're.
I was just never really a fan of any of the sports games. I think the only time I ever actually played Madden was with Drew, and I was so bad he would never even throw me the ball.
Nerd.
Nerd.
I like the 2K. I remember, didn't 2K also make some MLB games? I think I don't remember liking them. I know there was
Who made
one
the show?
group
That
was EA. I know, I think it was NBA 2K that I never liked. The NFL 2K was not too bad, but the NBA 2K, I've always thought EA did better. I still don't like the 2K. 2K's got the NBA license now. I still don't like that. That's what these companies need to understand. Like, I don't understand them creating exclusive licenses, because you just asking for your games to be made terribly. Games come out in your name. Like, competition is always what drives. That's one of the reasons. Like, I grew up as a PlayStation fan, but I don't want PlayStation to be on the top by themselves. I want Xbox to give them
competition.
deals. Yeah, I don't want them.
Well, look at stuff like Madden.
Yeah,
where they're like, oh, well, we're the only ones that can make NFL games, so we're just gonna make them garbage. You're still gonna buy them, and all these dopes
because there's
still
nothing
buy
else to buy it. Yeah.
Buy a roster update for $60.
Roster update and one little addition to your online crap. But nothing that anybody asked for.
Yeah. Like, hey, maybe you should. No. We added you can put clothes on it.
Yeah.
What?
But I remember the old NFL games where you could you had your own little room and you could upgrade to an apartment.
Yeah,
you had a little section
2K.
Yeah.
You could sign a deal with an agent and stuff.
And you have to get money. You can buy stuff with your money that you made off your contract. That was awesome and innovative.
EA has had the Madden, and it's been getting progressively bland. It's been bland for 8 years.
It's just a copy and paste.
It's literally like you said, a roster update for $60 a year.
Yeah.
The halftime animations, the beginning game animations.
But we put new announcers in it. No, I don't care. They say the same thing.
I'll bet old Mr. Madden himself is rolling over in his grave, upset about what they've done to his beloved franchise.
Yeah, hopefully, that's what I'm hoping. Is the Star Wars thing is a precedent for the other companies. They're gonna stop giving these companies.
I love Troy Aikman, but I hate his color commentary. Yeah, he's not that good.
It's because he's always drunk.
Is he?
Dude, have you ever
I've never paid that much attention.
Yeah, pay attention. Aikman's drunk. He's hammered. That or he's just blitzed out of his mind.
Bro, Steve Young looks fucking old as shit.
Yeah.
Well, he is old. He's 60. Well, he's not super old. He's only 60. But geez.
Did you say something about Madden's rolling over in his grave?
Yeah.
Madden's alive, bro.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
I thought he died 3 years ago.
He's
rolling over in his craftmatic bed.
He's rolling over in his bed. I could have swore the man had passed.
He's alive.
They're probably still making a pretty penny off that. You probably don't give it a hot damn right now. I'm making a good 10 mil off of each.
He's probably at the point where he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
Well, here's a guy who's not dead yet.
He's not dead yet.
I think he is dead. Someone bring it. Someone bing it.
No, we binged it. He's up.
No, dude, he's alive.
He's alive somehow. He won't fly on a plane.
Really?
Yeah.
I just got to that. Aversion to flying.
Yeah, he's afraid of it.
I remember that. I heard about him always taking buses. Yeah.
He always takes buses.
That's what Madden would say. Boo!
Boo!
Yeah, I remember him.
He draw on the screen.
Yeah.
And boom!
And then right after him, because Madden's an all-time commentator, right after him, you got Chris Berman.
Yeah.
Chris Berman was an all.
I don't remember him.
He's another one that makes a bunch of
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
that guy. He would always make funny names
Yeah.
for people. Like he would call TJ Hushmanzada, TJ Who's Your Mama?
That guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
guy.
He's
Did
on
you-
the water boy.
Yep.
Big fella, 6'5".
I didn't
The
know that.
water boy.
Yeah, he was
yeah.
on Wonderboy.
Yeah.
I think he was on Whole 9 Yards too. No,
No.
was
Longest
it?
Yard.
Longest Yard.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
The guy from
From
Major League?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He had the white hair.
Was it Bob? Yeah, Bob Euchre. Anyway, so
Very
we
good,
appreciate
man.
everybody coming
That
out,
children's program.
Yeah.
hanging out with us, and catch us on the YouTube and live every Monday at 9:15. Live in person, interactive on Twitch every Thursday around 8
Ish.
8, yeah.
8ish. We're all terrible with.
Let's just
with
do 8.
8 it is.
I'm Cinemadrue.
I'm Jellyhewbie,
PsychoSid.
We're eFFn Gaming.
and you should be too.